Shut up and sit down.
So here we are, we're back on YouTube, back repping some gear. Look at us. What's this? Tell us about this, Mr. Brad Pickett.
This has been a really good sponsor of mine for a couple of years, I guess. They've been helping me out, and it's Scramble. It's a grappling brand, and they're really nice clobber.
They are nice. I'm a bit hot. I'm going to be honest. I'm a bit hot on this summer's day in a hoodie. But we're back. This is it. Thank you very much, Scramble. I've nicked some of his gear, so I am now a sponsored athlete as well. It's me, Bryan Lacey, alongside Mr. Brad Pickett. Back on YouTube as well. We apologise. We're so sorry we couldn't get it up on YouTube last week. It just didn't see much point. You need to see us. You don't just want to hear the audio on YouTube. So what we decided to do was save it for this week. We've got a good episode for you. We've been away apart for a week, which I've been upset. Have you been all right?
I've just about coped after a couple of hours counselling.
Just a couple of hours counselling, not like weeks, just 2 hours counselling.
Yeah, well, it couldn't be weeks. We only missed you last week.
That's true. So we're back, and we need to say thank you as well, because this is it. I'm not just checking my phone for text. We have got some more lovely reviews on our iTunes page, and we just it makes us feel good. That got us through last week, didn't it, mate? That got us through. So
Give me a little bit of blood.
What do you mean a little bit of blood?
When you get excited.
Oh, you got a little bit of extra.
You're semi on.
You get. So,
hey, at my age, my testosterone levels, it's quite rare as well.
So listen, if you want to help give Brad Pickett a hard done, review us.
Please.
Yeah, I mean 5 stars. Are you
oh, like, mate, yeah. Give me 5 stars,
yeah.
And I might get a raging 2-incher.
Oh dear, not both the inches. There we go. So let's have a look at some of the reviews here. Let me just get it up here. So we've got some lovely ones. We just want to say thank you. You can do it as well. Send us a review.
Should you want to tell people how to do it? Because I've had a few messages on how to leave a review.
If they can't figure out how to put a review on iTunes, you should probably kill yourself. I should think maybe if you can't. No, I'm joking.
All you need to do is go to the podcast, click on it, and it says review section.
There you go. I'll show you exactly. So I don't even see that. No, you can't see that, can you? Because it's messing with the thing. So basically, you go to the podcast thing. You do it on your phone. Do it on actual iTunes page. Put in the One Punch Podcast. It will come up. Click on that, and it offers you 3 little options on the under the subscribe button: details, reviews, or related. Go on reviews. Click that, and you can put write a review. So you just write a review. Give us 3. I was going to say 3 stars. 3 will do. We'll be happy with that. But 5 golden stars will make us even happier. And we got some nice ones last week. Adam Jakubik. Ace Podcast, fan of Brad and love the other English guy. Keep up the good work,
other guys.
I'm just the other guy, mate. That's it. I'm the other man in his life. Let's see who's next. Really enjoy Pharaoh 85. Great entertaining podcast. Would recommend. And this is a nice one. The best, Jack Padgett. It's great to finally hear 2 British voices when listening. Racist. 2 British voices when listening to an MMA podcast. Brad and Bryan are the funniest duo in the history of podcasting.
Nice.
Can you put in the full history of podcasting? Please never stop making new episodes, guys. Definitely my favourite podcast. Well, Jack Padgett, send us your address, your email, and we'll send you something nice, something signed. And same goes for the other ones. If you want to get involved, do the same. Give us a lovely review.
And the mugs are on the way.
The mugs are actually on the way. I know there's been people waiting for months because some.
No,
come on. It's all down to you, mate. You're on it. You've done it. You solved it. I've seen it. So we've got loads to talk about, mate. Loads to talk about that I've written down on this lovely laptop. Let's give people a Ninja Warrior update, mate, because they contacted you to say that you might be contacted about being on the show. Then they sent you a little thing just to double check the medical. Okay. And then last week you got to actually go to a Ninja Warrior training center.
Yeah,
were there any ninjas? Were there any ninjas? Did anybody get a throwing star in the face?
No.
Okay.
That would probably I'd have been a bit more excited about that if I did see that happen. But there was their staff there were pretty good, obviously, because they just practice these things all day long.
Yeah, so that's not fair, though, is it?
Yeah,
that's their playground. And set the scene for us, because when we went for the the audition, it was basically just a CrossFit gym where they put in some exercises that were similar to what you
This
would
was
do.
a full-on Ninja Warrior course inside. You know, obviously they don't cover everything maybe because it like always changes, but they had like definitely things that I have on there and stuff like that. But Pepsi Max, we're not sponsored by Pepsi Max, but if you know anyone, get involved. I love Pepsi Max.
We drink a lot. Go on.
So I was doing the course there. It was indoors. Yeah. I'll be honest, I've had a bit of a bad neck over the last couple of weeks.
Last couple of years.
Yeah, honestly, like, I don't know if you can hear this.
Stop it. So why would you make it worse? Right, so you got a bad neck.
Yeah, bad neck. So I wasn't feeling the best doing it, right?
Okay.
So I was with a couple of people, you know, I'm like, okay, cool. And then I was with Corin for one, and Corin decided to bring a mate. Right? Oh, you know, when you get a bit older, you always have excuses. Oh, you're younger. Then he brought a guy who was the same age as me.
Okay.
And he was a ninja warrior.
Oh my
he
God.
just done. His name's Alex, and he was doing everything. And I'm like, go away, go home. I mean, like, honestly, I found it really hard. I mean, really hard. You know, like some things I thought they'd be quite good at. I found I was a bit. Weirdly for me, I was being a bit of a pussy.
Oh no, mate! What's this?
I was worried.
Where was your competitive edge? What's this thing?
I was worried about getting injured.
Mate.
And I was like, well, that looks dangerous. That looks dangerous.
Well, we have got to take into account you have got actually like a full-on grappling match in Polaris on August the 19th.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So and it's not like something that I mean, the amount of grappling you're doing. If you follow him on social media, on Snapchat, what is it on Snapchat? Your social media?
I do most of my Instagram stories. So there's one
@1_punch. All right, and you can also see me getting scared by Corin as well. That's it's horrible. But the amount of grappling you're doing at the minute, that's your main focus. So I've chucked this like a little grenade into your life.
Massive.
Yeah, and now you're pretty much in. I'll
be honest with you, they've been hounding me because there's a couple of forms that I need to fill out and get done and send it back to them, but. I mean, like, in this technology, you should be able to just fill it online and send it back to them. But no, I've got to print them out, handwrite them, and scan it back and then send it to them. I'm like, oh, come on. I'm crazy busy. And when have I got time to do that?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to Japan tomorrow.
Of course, we've got to talk about that in a little while as well. So, just adjusting. Did you just adjust it? Somebody actually sent a message to me. Matthew Cartwright, thank you for this message, because on our first ever One Punch Podcast YouTube channel episode, you were sat in shorts, and he said at least we know he's not one plum picket, because you were literally had you had the male camel toe going on down there. so that's right. Thanks again for wearing these shorts while I'm sweating.
Thanks for noticing.
Thanks, mate. So you've got like. Because they want you, don't they? Pretty much. They haven't said it.
They've been hounding.
They're
me.
hounding.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much going to happen. And this is me pushing my little, my one onto him in the middle of him. You're supposed to be retired. You're supposed to be relaxing, putting your feet up. But you are training two fighters. So you've got Corin, Nathaniel for Cage Warriors. Is that September 18th?
Yeah, they're both September
19th. They're both fighting on the same card at the O2 in London. You've got your grappling match against Phil Harris on Polaris, so a big grappling show. And now, right in the mix, I've chucked Ninja Warrior in there.
And I think it's recorded around the same time as Polaris as well. So we're doing all. I mean, obviously, when I've done this Ninja Warrior course at the weekend, afterwards we've done some grappling. So I grappled with Corin and a couple of Alex, that guy there, made me feel a bit better. He destroyed me on the course, but I destroyed him in grappling.
You got your own back. You feel good now, mate. They see. So we've got to keep posted. So he's done the Ninja Warrior training. You've done not all the forms. I might help you with that after this. We might get that done afterwards. Because I feel slightly responsible for running the last few weeks of your life. But did you get any little tingle of excitement? Were there any contestants there that we met at the thing?
No. I met some guy that's actually said he's going to be on it as well.
Okay.
And he was surprised he saw me there. He goes, Brad Pickett, and I was like, yeah, and like kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Brad
and
Pickett.
so I chatted to him a little bit. He's wicked when you're on there. I said, well, as you don't know exactly, because you don't know exact filming dates and stuff like that. But he was on it, and we practiced together. I'll be honest with you, I hate every bit of it. Because how competitive I am, it is sickening, you know. And you see the wall, right? And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, because I got the full-on wall.
Yeah, the big wall.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna hurt myself. I literally, that's all. My only thought was going to me is that I'm gonna hurt myself. And then Corin does it after like 3 or 4 attempts.
Okay,
like,
but he did it.
He done it, and I go, man, I've got fucking. And I'm still miles away. But what I did find out, if there's anything I could take away from that, I need to get about what one of the people who worked there looked at my footwear and just laughed at me, because you can't wear those. That's not going to help you one bit.
What do you need then? What are we talking, like Dunlop plimsolls? Is that what we need?
He said like
those
Nike Gazelles, I think it is, or something like that. And what it is, the like
Nike Gazelles.
I think it's like the indoor footballing kind of old school.
Oh right,
trainer,
okay.
You know, where it's like, and apparently they have crazy good grip.
Okay.
And that's what I need, because I've done that. You know, the one where you have to jump in and put your feet.
Either side on the wall.
I managed to do that, but I found that really hard. And literally, I was literally doing it with just my arms.
Oh wow!
My legs were.
So that's like near the end bit where you got to push pressure either side of the wall.
I was just doing it with my arms because my legs were fell and slipping. So
nice. So we're going to start a GoFundMe page for Brad Pickett's Nike Gazelles.
Nike Gazelles.
Nike Gazelles. Nike Gazelles. We'll have to Google exactly.
UK size 6.
Size 6. So children's Nike Gazelles, basically. So we'll keep you posted on that. But I'm very excited. He's hating every minute of it, but I'm absolutely loving it. Whenever I see your little Instagram go up and you're at one of these places,
I can imagine me being there on the day and you being like the Rocky coach.
Oh mate, I am definitely that coach for you, mate. In fact, we'll get some chickens.
Yeah.
We'll make you lightning fast. How about that?
I'm ready.
Right, nice. So what else have we got? So ACB, I did 2 ACB. So this last week did Conor McGregor's press conference. Then went up to Doncaster to watch Danny Mitchell, the Cheesecake Assassins last fight up in Doncaster. Then on Monday flew to Turkey. Went and watched the first ever pro MMA show in Turkey. And I'm not going to say you could tell it was the first ever pro MMA show. But it was funny for a number of reasons, and then flew back and did ACB Sheffield on Saturday. Now Turkey was interesting. There was a couple of crazy moments, mainly down to a referee. You might have seen some of them online. Just there was one where a guy, Dennis Mutznek, had another guy with a front choke up against the cage. Was choking him out. The referee checked the other guy. His arm went limp, and then Mutznek let go of the choke. I'm not sure if the referee touched him or not, but I think he just saw his arm go limp and he let go, and the guy woke up like that. 2 minutes later, the guy floored him with a knee.
That knee was really impressive.
That was the third time he'd hit him with a knee, so he got up from on the ground. Mutznek had always put him in a head and arm triangle. They got back to their feet. As they got back to their feet, this guy who has got crazy knees, or he's got one walk away. His last win was a walk away knee knockout. This time he caught Mutznek as he came up, caught him a second time, and then there's the clip where you see him catch him the third, and he just drops. And he's got 2 back-to-back walk away knee knockouts, but that's coming off the back of him being choked out 2 minutes earlier.
Well, if it's a real fight, he won.
Yeah, mate, it was a real fight.
If you're fighting over a pig, he's eating a ham sandwich.
Yeah, that's right. He's putting pickle on it right now. But that was quite funny. But then ACB Sheffield, that was nuts. That was crazy. So we had some big fights on there. Thiago Silva tried to defend his light heavyweight title against Batraz Agnayev, lost that in the first round, got knocked out by this massive Russian. Brendan Loughnane fought Bam Bam Pat Healy, and that's the fight that a lot of people are talking about online as far as the scoring. I mean, it's difficult to score it when you are one of the commentators, because you're obviously in the moment. You're trying to. Have
you watched it back? Because obviously, it's 2 ways. I've done this many times through watching fights. When I'm there live, I'll be like, I remember years ago when there's a controversial one with Bisping versus Matt Hamill.
Yeah.
I was there live, and I was like, I think Bisping won. I was on it. I think because of the environment and the crowd, I was like, yeah, he won. Then I went back and watched it, and I was like, no, he what was I watching? What was I thinking? So yeah, it's true. I mean, like, so maybe if you watch it back.
I will watch it back because I spoke to Brendan afterwards. I did speak to him and he said, how did I score it? And when I scored it, if you watch the fight, first round easily, Brendan, one of the just technical, evasive, really picked his shots really well, very athletic. And then Bam Bam Pat Healy came out in the second round, just gave him no space. The second round was the closest of the rounds. That's the round I need to watch again. And then the third round was definitely, even Brendan says that was Bam Bam. So that second round is what it hinges on. But it was such a close fight. It was so close. And then the other side of it is, and I didn't know this, but Bam Bam Pat Healy, his mum died, I think it was 8 weeks before that fight. So he had signed to fight, and obviously he was questioning whether he was going to go through with it, but wanted to commit to the fight, come over here. So we had all that stuff going on behind him. So actually when you turn it around and you look at the bigger picture as well, it's hard to take anything away from someone like Pat Healy when you see not just what he's gone through in his career, but what he's gone through in the last sort of 8 weeks.
A bit like Paul Felder, I guess.
With his dad up at UFC Scotland.
He won the crowd over there. Paul Felder, that fight.
That was nuts. That finish. He knocked him out twice. So we're talking about double finishes. But yeah, the whole card was nuts. And then Luke Barnett squared off against Scott Askham in the cage. And it was supposed to be. So I interviewed both of them separately. And then the idea was we bring them together with Frank Mir, two-time heavyweight world champion, in between them to stop any sort of...
Actually, he was shorter than both of them.
He was tiny, and sweating a lot, mate. It was hot in that thing. So he was in the middle of those two. And the idea was let him get close, but don't let him get physical. So that's why you stick a massive lump, 265 pounds worth of Frank Mir in between them. And even Luke Barnett even said afterwards, he said Frank Mir would never get a security job because he's like, he wasn't even looking, he was just looking around. And then suddenly Askham has got hold of Luke Barnett's suit, which he'd been taking the piss out of in his interview, to and fro. And then the funny bit was Luke looking for the buttons of his suit afterwards, going around the cage. But that's an exciting fight, isn't it?
I mean, I'm excited about it, and the promotional side of things, and it gets people more excited about this fight, as in like there's genuine bad blood there, and obviously I think it's going to be stylistically a really exciting fight to watch as well.
It's great. And also UK MMA, these two have been in each other's view as middleweights for such a long time. Luke is coming back down just to settle this score. So everything's there. And it's September 23rd, back at the Sheffield Arena. Tickets, sheffielarena.co.uk, so you can come. I'll get you a ticket if you want, mate.
It's one day before my birthday.
Oh, mate. Are we having a birthday weekender?
Yeah.
A Brad Pickett 45th birthday weekender, mate. Shall we do that for you?
What? You bastard.
So that was it's just a good weekend, good week, mate. And then other announcements going on. Rise of Champions returns.
Yes,
in a new home.
We are in the Brentwood Leisure Centre. It's a bigger venue. It holds up to 2,000. I'd be happy to be filled that out, but I'm not expecting us to fill that out. But if you come along and help out, I'd be very much obliged. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, that works. Obliged works.
Yeah,
okay, that works. Yeah, that works. I'll grammar check that for you.
On the 30th of September, it's like obviously we've got it's gonna be announced very soon. But we've got John Maguire on the card.
The one.
Yeah, John Maguire.
Gypsy Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah. That's right.
But, I mean, I don't think I could talk about all the fighters on the card.
No, mate, we're just announcing it. So you got a date. You are matching, so you're still looking for fighters as well.
I pretty much kind of like people who know matchmaking. You kind of matchmake the card all the time.
Okay.
My last one was the worst one I've ever done, where I actually probably matched the card 4 times over.
Oh, mate.
There's so many different changes. Yeah. Like, I feel like it's like blind date. You're trying to get, will you fight this person? Yeah. Will you fight that person? No. Okay. But would you fight this person? Yeah. Okay. Would you fight him? No. Would you fight that? I'm like, oh my God. Sometimes I feel like Cilla Black.
MMA Tinder. That's what you need. You need to just do it like that so they can swipe across for which ones they'd fight. You say, these are who I've got matched. Swipe left for no, right for yes.
That's not a bad idea. Mate, you're onto something,
look at that, mate. MMA Tinder. I'm changing the game. Joe Silva retired because he knew what was coming. All right, that's it. MMA Grinder. What else have we got? So that's nearly fully matched.
Yeah. So
tickets on sale yet?
It's going to be on sale very soon this week. Yep, and it's going to be like a tabled event and and standing seating. It's going to be all seating and tables event. So it's a really good show. I mean, like,
it's a great show, mate. I went to the last one. It was awesome because you got amateur fights as well in there. So they always bring a good crowd.
We have normally like an amateur undercard and a pro main card.
Yeah.
So pro fights around about 4 to 5, and then an amateur undercard. And we do things. Obviously, me and Mickey have been around for a long time in the fight
Mickey
scene.
Pappas.
Mickey Pappas, my coach. And like there's a lot of things we like from certain shows. So we do like a ceremony at the beginning of the show, a bit like Pride, where all the fighters come out and introduce themselves to the crowd. They go back, and it gets the crowd a bit more involved in it.
And the fighters as well, mate. I think that helps them because they step out there and they see the crowd. Might help settle nerves a bit. Might help pump them up a little bit. And that sort of stuff.
No, not just that. It's like as a fighter, you know, you only get sometimes a small little time to shine. So you have a little bit more exposure. It's like, for me, I'm been a fighter for many years, so I know what we like. So behind the scenes is amazing. I really like what we do behind the scenes. And a lot of promoters just concentrate what goes on there, and that's it. And fighters are kind of like treated like cattle.
I've seen it, mate. It's horrible.
So I treat fighters like a bit like an actor on a film set. They get looked after, you know, and they looked after really well before the fight, after the fight, you know, during the fight. Yeah, so for me,
it's great. It is good,
fights,
and it's a good show. So yeah, when tickets go up, grab yourself. Come and support it as well.
I just did grab myself now.
That's it. Jesus, mate. Do you know what I need to do? Just pull some hair, mate. That's all you got to do. Pull hair in it. Look at that. Hey, it's there for having, isn't it?
Do you get choked out sooner rather than later?
It's happening tonight, isn't it?
Choking them out later on, so
Jesus Christ. Yeah, my mum's going to go mad. So what else shall we talk about? So let's talk about the UFC cards as well that went on. We'll talk about the one that's gone, and then we'll talk about the one that's coming up, because that's a crazy a card in itself. But UFC, the Long Island one, you managed to catch up with that today.
Yeah.
I think the big story, obviously, of that is just Chris Weidman overcoming Kelvin Gastelum. Look good though, mate, didn't he?
I mean, for me, go looking into this fight, even today, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know how. Amazing, I didn't know any results when I was.
That's impressive. That is impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
And Corin did, and I watched it. I didn't. I say I watched some of the fights a couple of days ago, and then I've just caught up with the rest.
Yeah.
And I said to he goes, "How do you reckon it go?" I said, "I think Weidman's going to submit him in the 3rd to 4th round." And he's like, "Really? Why do you think that?" And I'm like, he actually thought I watched it, but no. The reason I was thinking that because I thought that Gastelum will gas a little bit, maybe.
Okay.
You know, I'm not saying I've not watched the fight now. He didn't really gas.
No.
But also, people really don't understand how good Weidman is.
Yeah.
I mean, on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, really, really good. And I just thought that would be the factor. And it was like the factor of the wrestling in the fight. It was Gastelum was doing really well. I mean, he lost the first round, but they nearly won it by that
1-2
right hand.
Yeah, that 1-2 right at the end, and Weidman said he's never been dropped, and it never been dropped. And that's testament to Gastelum's power. But I think the story of that fight was, you got a true middleweight that was fight, and Weidman, when he fights that game that he's so good at, when he wrestles and controls and opens that side of the game up, he's brilliant. Whereas Gastelum he's a welterweight, mate, isn't he? He is a welterweight. The two middleweights he's beat, he hits so hard. Like the Tim Kennedy fight was amazing. He got that Johnny Hendricks, but both of those I wouldn't class as the upper echelon of the middleweight division.
Size-wise.
Size-wise. Whereas Weidman, I was so impressed. You could see he'd gone back to his roots with John Danaher from, what's his name, Renzo Gracie's academy, working with him. He was in his corner. And just the style of the fight he did, getting him on the ground, getting position before submission or attack or anything like that. So it was an impressive... I was really impressed with Weidman.
Not only that, for me... What not just impressed me, I'm happy for him because I know psychologically how much that would mean to you as a competitor, you know.
Yeah.
High profile guy like that, you don't get easy fights.
Sure.
So they suffer back-to-back
He's
losses.
not. You look at who he's fought, like Mousasi, Romero, Rockhold. It's they are the nastiest of the nasty in that middleweight division.
But when you fight people like that on that caliber, sometimes it's not just about ability, it's about self-belief and
Sure.
confidence and
Yeah.
mindset. So
Yeah.
going into a fight when you're on a 2-fight losing skin, and I think, oh my God, yeah, it's tough. And so now this is definitely go in his favour, because I think against Mousasi, he looked great, and then he kind of started to lose a little bit, and then he looked not I'd say he looked for a way out, but he saw that I can maybe
he got hurt, and I think he panicked a bit as well. I think
he tried to milk that, and then it backfired on him.
But that was so he won the fight. There's always that story of Chris Weidman's dad in the background as well. That's my boy, and I love it. I do love when families are involved and they're a big part of the team and all that sort of stuff. But there's got to be a point where you go, just back up a little bit. Papa Weidman, just grab a seat. Go on, grab a seat. We love you, Papa Weidman, but grab a seat. The fight that was fight of the night for me was Rivera versus
Almeida.
Almeida, well done. Third time. There you go, Almeida. Now you fought Almeida, and
for me, he would have won that fight if it wasn't for his chin.
Yeah.
And that's it's like, he has, for me, phenomenal striking.
Yeah.
He, like,
timing, precision, angles.
What I explained to someone else the other day, it's like, it's just his shot selection he has. As a fighter myself, I know what I do. When I'm out there, I jab, I have overhand, right, left hook. I have my certain things, my go-tos, But he has so many, and he variations of this, that with an elbow, this, that with a knee, and he puts them all together beautifully. His shot selection is vast, where some people are just only good at certain things, but he just can't take a punch.
If you look back at his fights, though, like he's had 20-some fights. I don't know. He's only young still as well, but they're absolute wars. There's not many fights where he doesn't get. I mean, you did the worst one before this fight ahead of the Cody Garbrandt and this one. You caught him more than anyone in the UFC. But if you go back to his early days when he's a young fighter, because they're online, you can watch him. I've watched some of his fights from years ago. He's taking shots he doesn't need to, and you think, he's getting these wins and he's coming through and he's a fan favourite. That's it. He's exciting, but you can see the wear and tear now. But you're saying that Riviera's massive. Riviera is huge for that. I would love to see him and Lineker. I know that is Lineker featherweight now or
no, Lineker he probably walks around featherweight.
Bantamweight. So that would be a good fight. Those two together.
But I think they're gonna give Rivera a title shot.
You think so?
I think so. He's there.
Cody Garbrandt, rather than TJ Dillashaw.
See what happens, But I think TJ Dillashaw will get it first. But I mean, there was talks about him fighting someone else in the meantime. Not Mighty Mouse either, but
Dillashaw fighting somebody else.
I think so.
Okay. But he called out Rivera, called out Cruz, called out Dillashaw, Garbrandt. Fair play to him, man. Make some noise. And even went up to Dominic Cruz, said all respect. And you can see Dominic didn't like that, did he? Dominic didn't like that. So look, we've come to this wonderful moment where I've kept my eye on the camera, and we have to switch over because we're nearly at 30 minutes. It's a good job I noticed that, wasn't it, mate?
Very good.
Look at that. That's professional broadcasting. So coming up, we have got us talking about the rest of UFC Long Island, UFC 214, listener questions, double shenanigans, and then I get to choke out. No, I thought I was choking you out.
No, I'm choking you out.
So we're back in.
We're back.
This is it. This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm working with. This is. Oh my God. We're back. That's the angle you're going to start with.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Do you know what? Before this podcast, he had to go give himself a wipe. That's it. There's another bit of info for you. So anyone else? Which one else? Another one of your opponents, Chutavera. Fought Bryan Kelleher, and he got a very impressive, I know you didn't see this fight, but very impressive armbar finish against Kelleher, who was a big favourite after his performance in Brazil. So that was nice to see. That was really good.
For me, it's always good to see a former opponent do well.
Yeah. No, he was great. He was really good. Who else was on there that was worthwhile? Patrick Cummings versus John Vellante. Patrick Cummings. Now, if there's an advert for CTE, Cummings and his post-fight ambulance selfies are going to add up, aren't? Have you seen these? Have you seen all these?
No, I ain't
So
seen it.
his tradition now is after a fight, because he always has to go to hospital. Always, he does a post-fight ambulance selfie. So this is him. Obviously, his eye was nearly shut. He's got the cut on the top of his head from the headbutt. So he's got where his eyes cut. He smiles and blood just comes down the side of his chin. There, he's got this coming out here. Somehow he won the fight.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, it was a split decision. But if you just looked at these two people,
Oh mate, there's
you'd be like, who won?
there's only one winner.
Who won that fight? This other guy just completely fine, and he looked like he done 10 rounds with Tyson.
Oh, dude, but he won that. He squeaked. But I just think Villante let him in that. I think Villante just was only throwing single shots. I think his coach was even screaming that at him, just give us more work. And Cummings just worked his way back in after the first round. But that's UFC Long Island. Forget that. That's in the past. What we got in the future on Saturday is, for me, the best UFC card of 2017, without a doubt.
I think even the last UFC, one of my favourite points was the little VT.
Between Jones and Cormier.
Yeah,
that was awesome, wasn't it?
That was brilliant.
Because Jones just wasn't interested. But he looked scary as hell, man.
He looked in a mood.
Let's just talk about that then. Let's talk Jones, Cormier. First of all, just the name. Who are you picking?
Fuck you, Bryan.
Drama in the One Punch podcast. So you're picking who you picking? So I just want a name, just a name. Who you picking?
Jones.
See, I'm picking Jones as well. And it's sad to pick Jones because he's like DC's lived this life, this heroic life, and done all this sort of stuff. But Jones, for some reason, he is the most exciting fighter. And when you see him in that sort of mood, in that VT where they're asking questions and he's like, "Fuck DC." I'm so excited to see what John Jones walks out, and I'm quite scared for DC.
I'm actually scared for either of these guys, whoever loses the fight, because when you have that, I mean,
there's so much history, man.
I've never experienced anything like it. I mean, not even close to it. But they generally hate each other.
Yeah.
So it's not just a fight in itself; it's just losing to that person,
for the rest of your days.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I'm not even joking. That you need to be on like suicide watch.
Oh God,
I'm not even joking. I mean, like they probably need some support, because whoever loses, that's gonna be worse than anything you can.
The only person who should be scared if John Jones loses is his dealer. Because he is going to be after him quicker than you can, and whatever he's got will not be enough. So I imagine that's it. But this week will be interesting. The fight week will be nuts between those two.
But again, it's still probably a chance it may not happen until they walk in there and that door shuts.
That's so true. That's it. There's something could happen, and more than likely will happen before this fight. But it's the biggest fight, and it is the biggest fight the UFC can make.
It is. Well, apart from getting Conor McGregor back.
Yeah, but even and it's quite because this is the biggest card for me. You look at who's on there. You've got some crazy fights: Maya versus Woodley, Cyborg's on there versus Evinger, Lawler versus Cerrone, which is nuts. Manoir's on that card. Lamas versus Knight. You've got so many fights, even right down to the start. Burkman versus Dober. That's a great fight, and it's right on the undercard. Sterling versus Henan Barrow. It's the biggest card. Do you think it's got lost under the Conor McGregor sort of Mayweather thing a little bit?
I think anything in combat sports general would be lost under Conor McGregor Mayweather, because that is just a complete talk, in the fighting industry and even outside the fighting industry. So yeah, definitely anything's always going to be up.
Right, let's do it. So Cormier, Jones, you're picking Jones. How do you think it'll win? Cormier's never been finished.
Yeah, it'd be a decision, but I mean, I honestly can see Cormier.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. I can see him winning. It's hard. I can see.
I think the difference is in this one. I don't think Jones is as in his head as he was in that first fight. I think there's all this stuff going around, but I think Cormier's had time to get used to Jones.
It's just stature, limbs. I think John Jones, his body type versus is so hard to deal with. How long his limbs are, keeping the range, hitting him, elbows, knees, and stuff like that. I can't. You can't.
Decision.
You can't go against
Decision.
Jones. I'd say
Jones.
decision, yeah.
I think you might maybe finish him. It depends what monster we get come out. This is the thing. It's all down. I think
Woodley.
Maya Woodley. Oh, what a fight that is. This is the fight that Woodley's. He is what he is. He's a hard hitter. He's a great wrestler. He's very athletic and strong. Maya is all fundamentals, all skill, all technique. He's been waiting for this shot for ages. He's now taken it on, I think, 5 or 6 weeks' notice. So it's not the full camp you'd want for this. There's something about Woodley that really grates on me, and I don't know what it is, but it really grates. So I am hoping we get Damian Maya, especially at his age. I think he's 39. He's got a load of finishes. I think he's got a massive win streak going on. Let's find out how many he's got. But for me, Damian Maya, I would like to see Damian Maya as the next.
Yeah, I think he's a nice guy. I know Woodley's ATT and stuff like that.
Is he still at ATT? Because I thought he was down at the lab
it's
now.
Wolfpack. Yeah, he owns his own ATT. That's what he is. But he does train at the lab with Duke Rufus and stuff like that, you know. So, but he's affiliated with American Top Team. He does go down there and train a little bit.
Okay.
I think Maya's going to win.
I
do.
Come on, Maya. Come on, jiu-jitsu.
I think so. He's always going to get TKO trying to do it.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Get knocked out trying to do it, or he's going to win.
Chris Cyborg versus Tonya Evinger. Tonya triple threat Evinger. Now, Tonya Evinger, God bless you for stepping in. God bless you for coming up a weight class. Yeah, but... Yeah, that one's done.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Oh, dearie me. And then we've got this for me could be fight of the year. We've had Gaethje versus who did Gaethje fight? Oh, Michael Johnson. But when you look on paper, Lawler versus Cerrone. Lawler versus Don. This is High fives.
Yeah. He will beat him.
Yeah.
But if he gets in his face a little bit and disgruntled him, he's going to beat... it's so weird psychologically. Cerrone is a mess.
Yeah.
If we were pals, he would beat the crap out of you. But if you get
in his head, Nate Diaz
give him a finger, he doesn't like it, he grumbles, you know, so... And that's what I think he has to do.
What a fight that is, though. That's a fight for the ages. There we go. Let's see. Any other ones on there? Sterling versus Barao. That's interesting because that's at, I think that's at £140 because they're now in California. The thing they've done, California said if you missed weight, they'll make you fight up a weight class, or they won't let you cut to 135. And because Barao had that whole thing with TJ Dillashaw where he collapsed during the weight cut or pulled out, so they've told him he can't fight at 135, so I think they've made it 140. But that's a decent fight, isn't it? Barao versus Aljamain Sterling.
A big test for that Aljamain as well, yeah.
And this is one of my favourite, Bryan T-City Ortega. Do you know much about him?
Yeah, I do. He has very good jiu-jitsu.
It's ridiculous jiu-jitsu.
He relies on it so much as well.
And he pulls it out, like, just so he gets beaten for 2 rounds and then somehow throws out a triangle out of the thing. But I just love it. He's got that sort of Diaz style of fighting. And then on the undercard, Burkman versus Drew Dober. I think that's actually a bit of a sleeper fight. They've got that opening up. Josh Burkman, World Series of Fighting champion. Drew Dober. I think that could be a really good fight. That could be a really good fight to kick it off.
Also, got to be my Manowar a little bit, you know.
That's right.
That fight is big. He's doing a lot of waves now. Jimmy Manowar.
And I think the reason he's on this card is if some shit goes down with Cormier. Yeah. Do you think 100%. He's been training 5 rounds? Do you think he's been pushing himself just in case?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would definitely say so. And for me, Jimmy Manowar is like, he's hot topic right now. He's full of confidence and he's knocking guys out.
Yeah,
you know? So
he's a badass man. Like when we were at the weigh-ins for London and they were doing the face-offs at the media day, I was stood up obviously on the side that you were walking on. He was walking up on the same side, and when he stood up, like I've seen him years ago, and he was big. He was intimidating, but this time he's thick set now, isn't he? He's really fucking like when his back was just, and that was up against Corey. What was his name? Anderson. Corey Anderson in London, and he just looked like a beast, absolute frigging monster. So he's there, number 3, taking on Volkan Ozdemir. He's 14-1. So if Jimmy gets past him, pretty much it's going to be next title shot, you
Yeah,
reckon?
100%, yeah.
Next title shot. Right, listen, we've got listener questions, double shenanigans, and then if we've got time, we might not have time.
No,
we
we've got
might
time.
not have time. We might not have time. Let's have a look. So we will do some listener questions. What have we got here? Let's see, where do we start? Okay, so we've got quite a few, mate. Let's see. Rico Riley, stirring it up again, mate. Well, I'll start with your first question. Would you do a come down with me between Bryan, Brad, Nathaniel Wood and Corin and film it? That'd be quite
I love food.
Yeah, I love food, but the problem I'd have with that is I'd have to film everything. So I'd have to spend 5 days filming and editing that shit while these lot just got pissed and played beer pong. They could make me a meal, mate. I could judge the best out of...
I cooked myself another real good Sunday roast.
You've got another one, mate?
Yeah. I've done it this Sunday. I actually done a shoulder of lamb.
Oh, I love a shoulder of lamb, mate.
It was actually really good. You can ask my wife. And it's all about the... I perfected the potatoes now.
You've nailed the potatoes now.
Are
they crispy on the outside, soft in the middle? Mate. Oh, we have to come round for Sunday lunch at the Pickets. Ben Ball, 2410. 2 questions. Jones or DC? We've answered that with both Jones. Ben Ball. Oh, Brad and Bryan, can we all go to the next UFC event in England together? If you say yes, my life is complete. We need to be careful because this is a picture of a 5-year-old boy in the thing. That can't be him, can it? Oh no, it's not. There he is. He looks like a fully grown man. I don't know when the next UFC is. We'll probably be there. We'll probably go, won't we? So we'll be able to say hello without a doubt, mate. Let's see. Samuel Oram. Hey guys, can't wait till you guys are big enough to do 2 a week. Not long, mate.
Yeah.
Not long. Keep these numbers and reviews going.
Hopefully you've done a review for us then.
Yeah, mate. I think he has reviewed us. Yeah.
Okay.
I listen to you guys during work. I go home, watch on YouTube. Funny moments to see your facial expressions. Anyway, do you guys ever consider doing a fight companion type podcast? I'll be up for that.
Is that?
So it's what Joe Rogan does. So him and he gets a couple of guests, usually Brendan Sharp and Eddie Bravo or someone. Yeah. But they watch a UFC. Yeah. And while they're watching it, they sort of talk about what's going on for the whole UFC.
I love that. Yeah.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
I talk about fighting all the time.
That's what that'd do, wouldn't it? That'd do. Yeah. Derek, if these are more challenges for us, Derek, Phil, on Instagram. Now we watch the podcast. Can you both have a chili eating competition? How are you with hot food?
Not great.
No, I'm not. I'm good with hot food, but chilies are like a different. If we're gonna, So we'll see, mate. We'll see how desperate we get for numbers on the podcast. We will stoop that low. Low. Let's see. What have you got on yours? Let's find. There are more requests, aren't they, this week? That's quite interesting. The Creepy Weasel. Brad, how much has the MMA scene changed in the UK as far as training? It seems like 8 to 9 years ago you were the first British fighter with serious wrestling. How much has it changed?
This is Steve Montgomery. He's a great fighter from American Top Team. So thanks for the question, Steve.
Oh, cheers, mate.
It's obviously the sport all the way around the globe has changed dramatically. I knew early doors that I had to travel to better my ability, especially in wrestling, as I thought it was a massive part of the sport. So wrestling in the UK wasn't big at all. So I had to travel to America, to American Top Team, and close that gap as such. But nowadays, I think, with people like me who've done that, who sacrificed my time going out there and learned stuff and come back and teaching people now, that's why I think England now, we have some great wrestlers who never even wrestled before. Because, wrestling in MMA is a lot different to wrestling in a wrestling match where, like I say, like someone like Demetrius Johnson, when I fought him, in a wrestling match, he would smoke me all day long. But in an MMA fight, I was managed to take it down 10 times in one fight because it's completely different.
Yeah.
When you got your hands up here, I can't talk and do it. When you got your hands up here blocking, when you got your hands up here blocking shots, you can't take your legs as such. So
it's a difference. It's how you transition those. And that's the thing. It's people that can transition those disciplines into MMA. They're the ones that sort of help grow the sport. Like John Jones, he's like a virtuoso, isn't he? He can do stuff that other people can't. And on the theme of Demetrius Johnson, Joey Lewis 08 on Instagram. If you and Demetrius Johnson had a rematch, who would win?
Don't need to answer that.
Come on, mate.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, cars.
Jesus, mate. Let's see. ADM Jack 23. How long would you train out at ATT? How long were your camps when you were out there?
I used to go out there normally 8 weeks at a time, and I've been going out there since 2006, I'd say. Something like that, maybe even early 2005. So I don't know. Yeah, long time.
Long time.
I got an ATT.
This is it. This is signed. You said this is ATT. This is the whole team of men. We were looking for it. You haven't signed it, mate, have you?
Yeah, I still need to sign.
You've got your own shirt there, but you haven't actually got your name on it. But look at that, and also this is great as well, mate. This is beautiful. So let's see a couple more. A couple more, excuse me, that's the Pepsi Max kicking in. I have a real question. What did it feel like when Thomas Almeida did a flying knee to you? Not trying to be an arsehole, I just want to know.
To be honest, honestly, you don't feel anything like that. I remember I've been kneed a few times. One of the first ones was Burrell.
Yeah.
He caught me with a really good knee. He dropped me, and I just remember falling down. And the next minute, I remember looking up, and just as if someone got like a torch and put a torch in my eye. Wow. It was like bright lights.
Just bright lights.
And I can feel myself, my head doing this, boom, boom, boom. I feel myself getting hit more, so I'm like, oh, this ain't good. I feel my head getting hit off the canvas, so I'm like, so I got to move. So then that's when I tried to bail out, and then he took my back. But yeah, you don't feel those things. They just boom, it happens, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, and
it's good you don't feel it as well, isn't it? That's probably the right answer. Let's see if we've got any more. Fuck it. Let's move on to shenanigans because we've got a little bit of time left. So we've got double shenanigans because some idiot, one of us that gets punched in the face for a living or used to get punched in the face.
We don't have to do double shenanigans. If you want, you can hold off your one and do it next week.
No, mate.
Let's smash your shenanigans this week. Because mine are legit.
Really? Let's do it then. So let's do yours first, and let's see if I need to recover. So basically, last time we did it, which was 2 weeks ago, you lost 2-0, and you were so confident. You were so cocky.
Let's move on.
Cocky. Let's do it. Okay. Shenanigans. Basically, the way it works is each week we come up with 4 news stories. 2 are real, 2 are fake. Got that right. And we've got to try and figure out which are the shenanigans for each other. So off you go.
Phantom car crash. Bike riders on the A3 reported a car veering off the road, but when police searched the site, found a car that crashed 5 months earlier with the driver dead still in it.
Okay. It's going to be difficult, isn't it?
Helpful voices. A woman while on holiday had voices in her head telling her that she had to travel home back to London as her neighbour's cat had eaten her parrot. To find out this did happen.
Right.
Bear with me. A man from China bought 3 puppies from a Vietnamese man, and after 2 years, after visiting a zoo, realised they were actual bears.
These are good. Go on.
Face off. A serial killer cut off a victim's face and boarded a plane in China and was only discovered by US passport control after landing in the United States.
Oh, dude, these are good. So what are my 4 options?
4 options are phantom car crash.
Okay.
Helpful voices.
Yeah.
Bear with me.
Yeah.
And face off.
Oh. I'm going to go with the bears.
Is what? Real or fake?
Real. And the bear is real and face off is real. So the first 2 I'm saying are shenanigans.
Okay. The phantom car crash.
Oh no, it's true, isn't it?
Is real.
Oh!
On December 11th, 2002, two motorists called the police after seeing a car veering off of the A3 road with headlights blazing.
Oh God!
In Surrey. A thorough search was uncovered a car concealed in dense undergrowth and a long dead driver nearby. Found out the crash had actually happened 5 months earlier when the driver died. Christopher Chandler had been reported missing.
We don't need to mention names, but we have done. There we go. Yeah. Nice. Rest in peace. Next one.
Helpful voices. What did you say with this one?
I said false.
This is false.
Oh, so we definitely got one of them. Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
That was false.
Okay.
Bear with me.
I said that was true.
It is true.
Oh, yeah. So the last one,
This is a banana farmer from China bought a couple of good-looking pups from a Vietnamese man. He played with them and petted them and groomed them every day. The puppies grew fast and big. And,
Of course they did. The fucking bears, you know, beds.
And had vicious appetites, always trying to eat chickens. Right. 2 years later, the farmer had an opportunity to visit a wildlife protection exhibition, and then saw a bear exhibition. And he realized what kind of animals his dogs were, and found out they were bears. The bears were actually identified as Asian black bears, a protected species.
So we bought bears. So the last one was made up. Face Off was made up.
Face Off was made up.
So we're 1 for 1, which means we definitely have to do mine, mate. We definitely have to dig into mine. So, are we ready? There we go.
But wait. Before we go on, you was impressed. That's
No,
pretty good.
mate. I was the first time I was impressed, but we got a serious game on. I thought there was no way you'd be able to acclimatise to the level of shenanigans that was needed. But yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. All right, so number 1. The Marshmallow Man in Ghostbusters was actually supposed to be the giant Michelin Man, but when the tyre company asked for more money, they changed it to the Marshmallow Man.
Okay.
Do you remember the Marshmallow Man?
Yeah.
Airplane accidentally empties its toilet tank over a cruise ship, injuring 26 people.
Shit happens.
Oh, he's on fire. A holidaymaker is suing their travel agent for a holiday they sold them to India because most of the restaurants only sell curry.
Start again.
A holidaymaker is suing their holiday agent for the holiday that they got sold to India because most of the restaurants only sell curry.
Okay.
And finally, a treasure hunter put in the phone number of the ship's mechanics yard instead of the actual coordinates of a wreck, but found a ship which was carrying over $1 million of gold on it.
What?
So when they put the coordinates in, typed it into their thing to say where they wanted to go, they had coordinates for a shipwreck, but the captain accidentally typed in the phone number of the shipyard that they get the boat looked after, and the actual phone number of the shipyard took them to a boat with over $1 million of gold on it.
That don't even make sense to me. So that's if that don't make sense, that's shenanigans.
Go on.
Because that's just your mind.
Okay.
I don't get your mind.
You just spend a lot of time with it.
So I'm going to say that's fake.
Okay.
Actually, wait, I don't know. Oh.
So we've got
pressure.
We've got Marshmallow Man. We got airplane
that's
empty its
fake.
tank.
That's
Airplane
fake.
empty its tank. Holidaymaker in
Airplane
India.
empty its tank is true.
Holidaymaker in India. Treasure hunter.
I'm gonna go the Indian is true, and the plane dropping shit is true.
The plane dropping shit. So those two are true.
Yeah.
Okay. Marshmallow Man
Yeah.
is actually false. So yeah, shenanigans. Fucking arsehole. Knobhead. Holidaymaker suing the holiday agent for an holiday to India for the restaurant serving curry is actually true. So you've nailed. So that's your 2. Now, treasure hunter who put in the coordinates of his phone number of the shipyard and accidentally found $1 million worth of gold is false. So you've nailed it. And airplane that accidentally empties its toilet tank over a cruise ship, injuring 26 people, is true. So, yeah, you just dick me in the balls. There you go.
Choke you out now. Can I just choke you out now, please?
No, usually that's what we're going to have to do. So, we're not doing a world record this week. Basically, because I get him to dance around in his pants and smash apples on his head, I'm letting this little kid choke me out, and he's only got a couple of minutes to do it, otherwise the video will stop. So if you want to listen to the podcast, keep tuning in, keep supporting it. I feel so upset about shenanigans. Supporting it, spread the word, all that sort of stuff. Do you want to do it then, mate?
Yeah, I love it choking you out.
Oh my God.
Let me just call my assistant. I'm going to get him to film it.
We ain't got time for that. You're going to have to do it. You have to watch it on the video. We've only got 3 minutes left on the video.
Okay, we'll take 3 minutes.
Exactly. Right. So what's going to happen?
I'm going to get choked out.
I'm going to go sleep. What a stupid thing to do.
Right.
I'm holding this, so I'm going to put that on the floor. They probably won't be able to hear me so well.
You bust me.
What if I get an erection?
Right, what I want you to do is hold your hands out. Ready?
Ready? That happened pretty quick. Fucked. What did you just do?
Mate, you have to watch that back to realise you started chatting rubbish.
I don't even know what happened. Did I get an erection? That is the main thing. For mother and wife, I'm absolutely fine, but I don't know what just happened. Did I just chat shit?
You just started chatting some shit.
That's it from the One Punch Podcast. Good night.